feel free to stay. So something that came up recently was passwords and security. Um, and I've started musing going, well, the first time I ever had to have passwords on a computer was in 1986 when I was working for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, waiting to be posted overseas as an admin officer. But back then we wrote them down on a piece of paper, which probably got lost as well. So nowadays I use a password app, and Mac happens to have a free one, so I cancelled my subscription to 1Password. But what I've learned through all of these things is having one memorable thing that I will never forget. And here is what it is. Not the real one, not what I really do. Oh, it just led. I'm not trying to explain computing work, but can you see what I've typed there? Does that make it a bit bigger? So let's just crank up the font. Can you see that? Now, this is not the base password for my particular 201 passwords in my password app. Like, really? I must be able to get rid of some of them. But the idea here is that I know that I lived on a street called the Esplanade, and I was at number 250. So they normally talk about having letters and things like that. So I decide that 3 can easily be an E. So to me, this says Esplanade, but I know that the first E is a 3 and the A becomes an @ sign so that you cover all the bases for people. Now, it might be that so that's the base I use for every password. So now I might be doing this password for MailChimp, and I choose to use the first 4 letters of MailChimp based in the characters that they actually use. So in this case, it's capital MAIL. So now I know whenever I'm faffing away and I can't click on my 1Password, I'm able to always get there. You're looking excited already. This is so good. So that's what I mean, is that I know what it means. But you'll see, and I don't know how to do this because I don't bother in my pass system, but it's possible to have your password app give you a password that you can use. So you don't even have to think about it. And when it comes to Macs or the like, they do a lot of helping you to remember in. Sometimes it can be you can get in because you've got a face. My bank account, for example, it looks at my face and goes, I think it's you. And then they put through to 2-factor authentication. So that's the other critical thing to do, is to make sure that you've got 2-factor authentication turned on. Because if somebody's going to steal your password, they'll have to steal the phone as well, which hopefully hasn't happened. I mean, I had it happen at a bank account that the bank actually got in touch with me to see whether or not I was buying iTunes from Outer Mongolia or whatever, which was no. But they picked it up as a classic scam and cancelled the card, no worries. So back in the day, and some people still do this, you write it all down in an alphabetical notebook, but then you need to you need to always have it with you. Other people could steal it, those sort of things. Alternatively, you might have set up an Excel spreadsheet, and what would you have named it? I'm going to give you a guess. Are you ready? Password is what you would have called your Excel spreadsheet. And at worst, you remember it. And if you've remembered it and it's wrong, suddenly you're locked out of your accounting system at end of year, and it takes a long time to get back there. So what I can say is the thought that a bad password is a door that you've left unlocked. But a reused password is one that's opening every door in your house every time. So that's my little no-nonsense nudge. Sort out your passwords. You can clap and cheer now. so So Tony's cat walks past, but that would be a very celebratory way to do. So I'll store that shit.